What's up, you guys? Aftershow Reacts here, and today I'm going to be reacting to some more Stargate Atlantis. This is season 1, episode 18, so let's get into it. There's Wraith here. This might be a dream. Oh my god, what if this is what I remember? I remember a Wraith being at Atlantis. That's what I remember. We're back to this again. This is definitely a dream. Right? Yes. Maybe this isn't what I remember. I don't know. This is still hurting my head because I know that I've seen an episode and I don't know what it is.
Major Sheppard.
Another dream. A dream within a dream. I think someone made a comment on YouTube where they were like, maybe you've seen bits and pieces from the show. And I'm like, no, I sat down and I watched an episode. I really thought that it was the first episode. Guys, it's kind of hard to believe, but, you know, we have this week and then 2 weeks left of Gateverse this Gateverse year. Kind of hard to believe.
Going easy on me.
I also would like to say that her hair's looked nicer
Continue.
in the last 2 episodes, I think. I know that I was told that it was a week.
Okay?
Yes.
So it's usually me picking my butt up off the mat.
Truthfully, I have not been sleeping much. When I do, I've been having nightmares about the Wraith.
You're not the only one.
It has not been so bad since my father was taken.
Taylor, are the Athosians getting prepared for an evacuation?
Yes, but many believe there is no other world that is safe from the Wraith.
They want to stay?
As we have heard from our allies and seen for ourselves, there are cullings happening all over the galaxy. My people have spent their lives hiding from the Wraith.
Yes, well, the difference here being we do intend to destroy the city rather than let it fall in the hands of the Wraith. And if it comes to that, anyone left on the mainland will be cut off from the Stargate for good. But thanks to Rodney's discovery of the Gate's control crystal, we at least know we'll be able to take that with us and hopefully use it to access Earth again sometime in the future.
We understand that, Dr. Weir.
I'm sorry.
I am merely saying that the people of Athos wish you to know that if we are going to stay and fight, they too will help defend the city of the ancestors.
That is very honorable, but
Oh, please. We can't possibly consider staying and fighting.
Oh, I disagree. I think it's entirely within the realm of possibility.
There are tens of thousands of life-sucking aliens in highly advanced spaceships on their way here to destroy us. And we have, what, 200 people, most of whom are scientists, who've never even fired a gun before?
Shockingly, it's the first time ever I find myself having to agree with Kavanaugh.
All I'm saying is let's not give up.
I mean, Felga never fucking was a scientist. He should have gone.
Granted, you guys are scientists. No one's considering putting you guys on the front line, but science can turn the tide of war. Look at the A-bomb.
Not exactly our proudest moment.
the fact is the Wraith aren't here quite yet. And until that moment, I would like everyone to remain focused on what it is they do best. Like I said off the top, if there are any options, I want them.
Mind if I join you?
No, you are a doctor, right?
Psychologist, actually.
And that is different than Dr. Beckett?
Yes. I deal with the mind. I try and help people deal with emotional problems like anxiety, depression, post-traumatic distress. Well, needless to say, I've been pretty busy since we got here.
I can imagine.
I'm sure that you do a lot of the same things that I do for your people. But it must be very hard on you always having to keep such a brave face.
From strength comes hope. Without hope, my people would be lost.
You must feel you have to be outwardly strong for us as well. Taylor, I know that your value and your loyalty have been questioned by a few here in the past. What I'm trying to say to you is, if you ever need to talk, I'm here.
Did Major Sheppard ask you to speak with me?
Yes, he may have.
I'm sorry. I do not mean to be rude, but I'm fine.
Rookie move. Yes, he told me to talk to you.
Major.
What did you tell Dr. Heitmeyer?
That you couldn't sleep because you were having nightmares.
I confided in you.
You're a member of my team, which makes you my responsibility. And I only told one person whose job, by the way, is to deal exactly with this sort of thing.
There is nothing wrong with my mind.
Nobody said there was.
There's something wrong with everyone's mind. I think everyone needs therapy for something.
What, do you think you're crazy and everybody respects you?
That is not the point.
You may want to sit this one out.
I think it's healthy.
What do you mean?
Rodney's staying back, and Ford and I are just going to check out the Alpha site one last time before we have to move in.
Should we evacuate, my people will be forced to that planet as well.
And I'll make sure it's safe for everyone. You snapped at Dr. Weir this morning in the briefing room for no good reason. Now you're biting my head off for caring that you might need help dealing with the fact that it's been 3 days since you've had any sleep.
I'm sorry. The Wraith are
I don't
coming.
like
What
when
I
they
need is
say
to do something.
you haven't had any
Good.
sleep when you've had nightmares.
Suggest
I
you
mean,
take a nap.
you're still sleeping. If you haven't had any sleep, you don't have any sleep. The word is, I haven't been sleeping well. That's a weird pillow.
Taylor,
Dr. McKay.
Taylor,
Dr. McKay.
we're seeing each other.
You and Dr. Heitmeyer?
Psychology.
Well, you know how much I love women with great minds. I just don't say anything to anyone.
Your secret is safe with me.
Right. Very good. Excellent.
Taylor, come in. Is it all right if I... Of course. Please, have a seat. I have been having bad dreams. Everyone on this space is probably afraid. I do not know why I am bothering
Have you always been able to sense the Wraith?
Yes.
And what does it feel like?
It feels like a deep cold that comes from within. I first felt it when I was a girl. I could not breathe, and I did not know why. And then we heard the darts.
Do you feel that way now?
I have had a knot inside me for some time now.
As I understand, though, the ships are still a great distance from Atlantis. Can you really sense them from so far away?
This feeling is a little different than in the past. Perhaps it is because it is always there now. I am getting used to it. Never before in my lifetime have so many Wraith been awake.
Do many of your people have this ability?
Some. Among those few, some can sense the Wraith stronger than others. I have always been among the first to know they are coming.
How does that make you feel?
I do not know. I suppose I have not given it much thought.
Why not?
Why do some people have blue eyes and others brown?
Genetic?
Tell me about your nightmares.
Okay.
It was me, but it was not me. I was a Wraith.
The truth is, people waste a lot of time trying to interpret their dreams. They're really just another way our brain thinks when we're asleep. There are no hidden meanings. In fact, we tend to forget most everything we dream about. Our conscious mind is capable of deciding what's most important to us.
Don't know about that.
The fact that on some level I see myself as a Wraith is very disturbing to me.
I don't think you're saying the right thing here. I'm just saying, because, like, I've had a lot of dreams where my teeth fall out. And that's a sign of anxiety. And you know what? Anxiety and stress? That's just shit that I'm experiencing. So, like, no, I think that's accurate. There is interpretations of your dreams.
You said you hadn't really given it much thought in the past. I don't think that's true.
What am I supposed to do? I cannot change it.
Probably not, but the unknown frightens us. We all like to feel in control, even though most of the time our power over most things is just an illusion. But I find the more we know about something, the more we can convince ourselves we are in control of it.
Physiologically, you and your people are the same as we are. I have no explanation for any of your special superpowers.
I only have one.
I've seen you fight, my dear.
I have previously traced this ability as something that is passed on through family lineage. Does that not make it biological?
It would seem so. But without genetic samples from everyone in your family tree, I would have little to no chance of identifying a specific characteristic that causes the anatomical response. It'd be difficult.
Any chance you would have time to fly me over to the mainland?
If you're willing to take your life into your own hands, I'd love a break.
Very Taylor-centric episode.
It seems we may have to evacuate again soon.
Did you allow yourself to expect differently?
I still believe that we can one day be free of the Wraith.
You can save such stories for those whose bones aren't failing.
Took for the Jafar.
Do you know why I can sense the Wraith coming?
You were born to it. There have been a few in every generation.
I know, but has no one ever wondered how that is possible?
Your father asked me not to tell you.
My father is not here anymore.
No other living Athosian knows of this, for good reason.
Tell me anyway.
My grandfather used to tell a story no one has ever heard the like before or since, about the few who once returned.
Returned?
There was a planet. As was expected, every so often the Wraiths came, villagers were taken. But there, on this particular planet, on several occasions, the taken came back.
Look, Taylor, there are a lot of things that we need to get done.
Maybe there's a way to fight the Wraith that we have yet to discover. Perhaps my ancestors were simply not enlightened enough to recognize their gift for what it was.
Doesn't hurt to take a look around.
Until it does hurt.
So there's nothing here.
I know.
Well, it's dark. Should we be getting back?
Give her a minute.
Sir.
Ford, I need her to put this behind her. Get some sleep, we all do, so whatever it takes. Rodney?
I got something here.
Really?
I don't know. Got a little...
You got a little what? Hey, McKay, you got a little what? What? Oh, it's okay when you guys make fun of me.
Rodney?
I have a faint energy signal. It's getting stronger. Coming from here.
There's nothing here.
Well, the magic ancient device hasn't lied yet.
It's solid.
Well, there's definitely something weird here.
Oh, okay.
How about that?
Taylor!
Maybe she got a good running start. You know, really slam into it.
How'd you do that?
I do not know. I was just looking for a way out.
Looks like the inside of a race ship. What the hell were they doing here?
Rodney,
Elizabeth,
Sheppard said you think you found a Wraith laboratory?
it certainly looks that way. Some sort of hidden secret facility. It's obviously been abandoned for a very long time.
You think the Wraith were experimenting on the people of that planet?
I have no idea.
Why their need for secrecy?
Some of
The Wraith
rules
can take
did-
people at will and do whatever they want with them.
Here we go. Now, that means absolutely nothing to me.
You wanted to see me?
You'd better sit down.
Well, I translated the first part of the log that you brought back, and the Wraith were conducting experiments on your ancestors. It was just one Wraith, actually, and he was doing it against the wishes of the other Wraith, which is why he was doing it in secret.
What
Like
was
the
he
goal
doing?
did.
I think he's trying to make their food source more compatible with their species.
I do not understand.
It was very easy to miss. In fact, I couldn't even make the kind of comparison necessary to isolate a specific strand. We needed Wraith cells, which we eventually got, but then we needed a full mapping of the genetic code contained within those cells, which wasn't even 50% complete.
Please, tell me.
You have some Wraith DNA in your genetic makeup.
Taylor's part Wraith?
A very small part.
Which makes her about as different from us as you, because of the ancient gene you possess.
Oh, and some other things.
Still, Bates is gonna go nuts over this.
Let's just keep this one under our hat.
Well, obviously, Taylor is very concerned about how everyone will react.
So you think this Wraith scientist was trying to make humans what? More tasty?
The log seems to indicate that he was looking for a way to make the feeding process more efficient.
But I thought you already said they had a number of genetic characteristics similar to humans.
They do, but they're still much closer to the bug creature that attacked Major Sheppard than to us.
Hey, we weren't gonna mention that anymore.
Sorry.
Also interesting is the fact that the Wraith language appears to be a derivative of Ancient, which seems to suggest that the Wraith evolved after the Ancients arrived in Pegasus.
My theory is that the ancients unwittingly allowed humans to evolve on a planet with insect species on it. At some point, the insects fed on humans and somehow incorporated our DNA into theirs. The Wraith are an evolution of that combination.
So what you're saying is the ancients actually created the Wraith?
By accident.
Or negligence.
Ultimately, the more we know about Wraith physiology, the closer we get to a biological weapon that can attack the Wraith and leave humans unharmed.
Yes, but for the moment, all we know is that the ancients might have accidentally created the Wraith, and why Taylor can sense them coming. I mean, fabulous mysteries solved, but neither of which that help in any way stop them from coming.
Rodney's right. Let's get back to work. Okay, here's the most interesting part. The Wraith communicate with each other using some sort of telepathic network.
I noticed that.
And thankfully, they can't seem to read the minds of humans, though.
That's good, but What does this have to do with the Wraith stopping the experiment?
Because by combining even small amounts of Wraith DNA with humans, the scientist was giving the humans Wraith mental abilities. The subjects of his experiments were able to hear the Wraith communications.
That's why she's able to
The stories
tell
that
when
Taylor told, the voices that the people heard were
Wraith. The Wraith scientist couldn't find a way around it, so eventually he gave up.
Well, you're saying you think Taylor might be able to tap into this Wraith psychic network?
If she can, we'll be able to gather all the intel we ever needed about them.
I have never been able to hear the thoughts of the Wraith before.
Well, according to the notes, all the test subjects who were given the Wraith DNA, they had the ability.
It's possible it's because you've never actually tried before.
You didn't know you could read Wraith minds. And quite frankly, who would want to? Taylor, I would not even consider asking you to do this if I didn't think it could potentially provide us with some vital information.
I do not know what to do.
We have a treatment process called hypnosis.
Dr. Heitmeyer can lead you through it.
To be perfectly honest, it's not something I would ever recommend doing under any other circumstances.
But these are far from normal circumstances that we're in, Taylor.
If I can somehow provide us with something, their strategy, a weakness, I see no other choice.
Remember, we can wake you at any time using a very low-grade electrical current. It won't hurt at all. Now, focus on this light as I speak. You told me that the feeling that you get from the Wraith is a cold, dark feeling deep inside you. I want you to think about that. Look for it in your mind. Close your eyes and listen to it. What do you hear?
Noise. Voices. So many voices whispering.
Listen closely. Listen for one.
I can see.
Tell us what you see, Taylor.
I am on a ship. I am walking.
You can actually see what's happening.
If the Wraith can project their thoughts, then that may include what they're seeing.
There are other Wraith, and they do not notice me. I am feeding. I am killing him.
Stop. Beckett, stop. Taylor, I had no right to ask you to do this.
Get these things off of me.
All right, settle down, Taylor. I have to take this off.
Why did you make them stop?
Excuse me?
I was on one of the hive ships that is headed here. I could hear them. I could see. It was working.
You were watching them feed.
Yes, I actually felt one of them feed. But I can handle it. I can help us. I know it.
Taylor, I never should...
I'm going to try again. I am in some sort of control room.
You are all so pathetic.
Something tells me that's not Taylor talking.
Nothing can stop us.
Wake her up.
You are all going to die.
Now!
What happened?
She said she could see some type of control room, maybe a map, an attack plan. She just needs to get a better look.
John, you were there. A Wraith had control of her.
Getting Sergeant Bates, IDC. The Alpha site.
This is Sergeant Bates. Code Red, we're under attack. Coming in hot.
Lower the shield.
Move it! Move it! That's it, we're clear! Raise the shield!
Is everybody okay?
All off-world personnel accounted for.
I guess that planet isn't safe anymore.
They showed up by ship and dropped some sort of device by the gate as we were leaving.
I seen it before the tag in the planet.
If we're gonna evacuate Atlantis, we're gonna need a new place to go.
That planet was supposed to be uninhabited. What did the Wraith want with it?
I don't know. It's almost like they knew we were there. If what you're saying is true, then chances are it was Taylor who gave away the location of our Alpha site to the Wraith.
I don't think there was time.
You don't know that they didn't have a ship in the general area.
Look, I admit, in retrospect, asking Taylor to connect with the Wraith, it may have been a mistake.
With all due respect, I don't think there's much doubt about that.
Take it easy, Sergeant. It's not like she willfully gave away our position.
She wants to try again. Look, she said she was getting close to something big, something she's convinced we need to know.
No, I'm sorry. The problem is I'm not sure Taylor's thinking about what's best for herself.
Or that she could compromise us further.
At this point, we have more to gain from the Wraith than they do from us.
She wants to do it. Fact is, there may not be anything we can do to stop her from trying. So isn't it better if we're all there?
Close your eyes and relax, and listen for the voices.
I feel like doing this a third time is a bit tough. I feel like I don't know, these last 2 times are fine. I think when Weir was like, stop, that probably would have been cut.
Taylor?
Break the connection.
It's not working.
No.
Taylor.
Okay. She went for Weir, right? I don't know. That was, I don't know.
I'm so sorry. I really thought I could prevent the...
Everyone's fine.
We are concerned that the Wraith can connect you at will, though.
It has never happened before. No, I'm sure I have to connect with them first. I saw their plans. The route their ships are taking to get here.
That's good.
There's more. They do not just want Atlantis. They know about you.
What do you mean?
Sumner. The female Wraith wasn't just feeding on him, she was interrogating him.
That is why they are all waking up. That is why they are coming here. They know that Atlantis is the only way to get to a new, rich feeding ground.
Earth.
Or more accurately, the Milky Way. Oh, okay. Hey, what's up you guys? Quick interruption here. As you are no doubt aware, these past few years have been tough on all of us. And there are some things that none of us can hide from. The cost of living, for instance, food and things like electricity, gas, and water have all gone up, and they continue to go up. Now, I don't really like to advertise this, but in order to afford keeping the lights on, the camera running, and to be able to provide you guys with new content like this very edit, for example, I feel I need to let you guys know about how you can help support the channel and myself. I have a Patreon that if you pledge to, you're helping support the channel, and in return, you can get a vast amount of content that you wouldn't regularly get on YouTube, such as full unedited reactions to my regular content, a ton of other shows and movies that you probably don't even know that I've reacted to. A link to this can be found in the description below, and it really does help the channel by keeping me and my very cute cats alive. Think of the cats. If you're interested, you can also check out our website, which is also linked below. Perhaps there's some shows and movies there that you didn't even know that I reacted to, but you always wanted to see. Please know, pledging is entirely your own choice, of course. You're welcome to stay here on YouTube and wait for the edits to come out. No worries. I'm not going anywhere. More edits are coming. I understand not everyone is in the position to support creators, but any help is welcome. Anyways, thank you for your continued support, whether it's through YouTube or on Patreon. You guys are the best. Now please, enjoy the rest of the video. Alrighty, that was Stargate Atlantis, Season 1, Episode 18. I thought that these were gonna be a 2-part episode, but who knows, I guess, what do I know? Yeah. Decent episode. It's about time that we got a Taylor episode. And, you know, she was having dreams about her being a Wraith, and, yeah, I mean, she kind of is a little bit. Just a little bit. Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you thought, and I'll see you in the next one.